Miniature Market has thousands of board games at discounted prices. Click the direct link below for Number Drop or any other game. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. As a kid I played a ton of Tetris, so I love Tetris style games. This one is more like Tetris than anyone I've ever played, so let's check it out. This is called Number Drop. Let me show you how it works. I'll see you on the other side. Now this game is very much like Tetris. This is my sheet at the end of a game, and over the course of the game you're going to be dropping shapes like Tetris of certain numbers down from the top to the bottom. This is mine at the end of a game. And what you're trying to do is in adjacent spaces either try to have runs of like 5, 6, 7 in a row, consecutive numbers, or all of the same. Now, for example, if I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, I draw a block around it, and I'll circle a 6 bonus if they're all the same, or if they're 3 in a row, for example, in consecutive. And these are going to only give you bonus points at the end of the game. You're also going to be trying to get completed rows. Each completed row is going to give you 2 points. So at the end of the game, you're going to get points for how many completed rows you got. Of course, minus how many rows you went over at the end of the game, because you never want to get filled up to the top. You're also going to get points for all the bonuses that you've selected. So here I have 13, here I have 3. I got 8 in a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2. So I got this. So you get all these bonus points, and whoever's the most it wins. So you're basically trying to drop Tetris pieces of different numbers. You're going to decide where the numbers go, but you're trying to get these bonus points of consecutive or all the same of certain amounts of those. Now this game is mostly played simultaneously. One player is going to roll all these dice. This shows you the type of shape that needs to be dropped, and this shows you the numbers that need to be on this shape. Now when you drop a shape, you have to drop it from the top all the way straight down. You cannot move it left or right as it's dropping. It has to drop all the way straight down, but it can be flipped, rotated, mirrored any way you want. But these 4 squares have to come up with those 4 numbers. So let's say I used this, and basically that's what I did. See, it's basically that facing down, those kind of like this, if you will. That's how I did that. Now it has to, we dropped it all the way down, and you get to decide which number goes in which block. And so I did 2, 3, 4, and then a 7 down here. Why? Because now I already have a 1, 2, 3, 4, which I already have a bonus of 4 things consecutive. Now I could try to get more and more and try to get more and more points. Because the thing that you circle, that's how many points you get. But now I'm kind of working on this. But since you drop things down all the way, this square is pretty much not going to get used, because I'm not going to be able to drop something straight all the way down. So I've kind of hurt myself a little bit there. I'm not going to be able to complete this row, but I've got a good bonus going. So those are the different things you're trying to think about. Now, if I didn't want to push my luck and think I could get more of these, I would box this. I would box the 1, 2, 3, 4 in, and then circle 4, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers consecutively. That's going to get me 4 points at the end, but now that's boxed in. I couldn't use those later for a combo. And anytime if you fill in a row, you circle the +2 there. I brought up my old score sheet for a second to show you what happens. Now, these allow you to pick any number through 1 through 9. This allows you to pick any one of these shapes. But when one of these is rolled, the stars, what happens is, now earlier in this game, I had gotten both of these bonuses. And when you get both in the same row, you circle that bonus A there. Now, anytime someone rolls a star, if anyone has one of these still, circled but not used, they cross it off, and this drops on everybody's sheet, and they end up being X's like that, so that nobody can combo with those, but they have to basically drop them. It's sort of a penalty. And then other players cross this out so they couldn't cause that one to drop later as well. So you're trying to get these finished up so you can make it harder for other people. That's really the only interaction in the game. That's how the game's played. You're trying to combo together consecutive runs or a lot of the same number, trying to get bonuses to hurt other people. Whoever's the most points at the end is the winner. Before I get to the moment you've been waiting for, I want to let you know that Game Toppers 4.0 Kickstarter recently launched. Well, they'll have 10 new thematic game mats, including Vincent Dutray's Lost Worlds Jungle Mat, and new accessories and storage solutions, along with custom thematic art on rails of the Game Toppers, and they're giving away the new Young Sherlock Game Topper package, which is great as a movable coffee table, children's gaming table, and for puzzles. Scan the QR code or go to GameToppersLLC.com to enter and win now. All right, let's talk about what I like about the game. As I mentioned in the intro, I loved Tetris as a kid. I still love Tetris. The new version is amazing. The music's awesome. The graphics are awesome. But this might be my favorite sort of pure Tetris style board game. It's really good. It really feels like Tetris. I like the big chunky dice. They just feel so satisfying to hold in your hand and roll. You can see them from across the table. They're great. This is a roll and write that feels different. I mean, it is a roll and write. One player is rolling dice, everyone's using those, and you're writing on a pad. It sounds like a rolling write, it smells like a rolling write, walks like a rolling write, but at the end it still feels different because the way that the pieces come down and the fact that you feel like you're playing Tetris. And so it is, and I'm really burnt out on roll and writes. Most of the time I just pass over them these days. I mean, pretty much most all of them. And the only reason I didn't on this one was because it is Tetris and I wanted to try it, and I'm happy that I did. But I am burnt out on roll and writes, and this one is one, but it still feels different. I like the simultaneous play. This means a lot of less downtime. Turn order can really matter for combos because, you know, if you've gotten two of the combos and a star comes up and you're launching one of those drops on somebody else's board, turn order can make a difference in when that happens. I like that there's sort of an evolving puzzle that you're trying to figure out. I like the randomization that for those bonus drops, you don't really know which ones are going to be there at the beginning of the game. That's going to change things. I like that you're trying to complete rows like the real Tetris. You're getting points for that. And at the same time, you're trying not to go above that top line because you're going to be getting a lot of minus points for even having anything on those rows. I like it when you're trying to decide when to mark your single combo. You're like, oh, I've got 4 of them. Do I think I can get another one in here based upon what's around there, what shapes I can fit around there? Do I want to go for this? If I go for this, I'm not getting something else. You know, do I want this? Because if I do, I'm not going to be scoring them later for that same exact combo. Do I want to try to get the better one? A little bit of press your luck and forward thinking there. I don't typically play games solo, but I did with this one, and it works really well, actually. The way that sort of randomizes and speeds up who, you know, when something might drop. It kind of simulates another player playing. It doesn't get in its way. It works fine because the game brings me to my own negative, which is the game is pretty much multiplayer solitaire. Other than rushing to a bonus to make someone get a drop, yes, you're trying to do that, but that's it. Like there's not a lot of interaction here. So if you're looking for a lot of interaction, you're not finding it here. It does have a tiny bit. And the other thing is the randomization as to the dice roll and what shapes are used and this and that kind of hinders your ability to sort of measure performance. Like you can't really feel like you're getting better and better at the game because you might just have, you know, the way that the dice rolled may have just been a harder game that time. So, you know, you got a 57 last game, you got a 34 this game. You might have actually played better. You just might have had a lot worse rolls. And I like being able to measure how well I did in the game from game to game. And the negative side of having all that randomization is it's hard to do that. But overall, I enjoyed it. If you like Tetris, you like roll and writes, even if you're burnt down roll and writes, but you like Tetris, this might be one to check out. That's Number Drop. This has been a Game Boy Geek, breaking down barriers, growing relationships through board games by helping you find the next one you love. Game Toppers not only transforms your existing table into a high-quality gaming solution, but they now offer full leg kits and dining cover solutions for the full table application. Paired with over 20 styles of thematic game mats in 11 different sizes from notable board game artists like Vincent Dutray, collapsible cup holders, and real cool accessories, experience what thousands of other gamers enjoy by upgrading every game you play with a Game Topper system. Save hundreds of dollars on Game Topper package deals that are in stock now for immediate shipping at GameToppersLLC.com or click the link below.